Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Common Good Podcast. Wednesday today.
We're a day late and a dollar short.
That's a great phrase, isn't it? The 3rd of December. I'm doing this on Wednesday. Normally, the podcast for us comes out on Tuesdays, but sometimes life just gets in the way. And Rob, yesterday, it was actually a funeral that got in the way for my schedule. But as they say, funerals are for the living, not for the dead.
Doug, how do you...
Life got in the way.
I got to listen, I want everyone to have whatever they would like to commemorate the end of their life and their passing.
Okay.
If my family and friends throw a celebration of life for me,
we definitely are running a celebration of life, knowing that is something, something you didn't want.
I want a funeral. I want
heavy hearts.
I want a wake. I want you people to be sad that I am gone. I want tears. I don't want this rah-rah, like, oh, everything's wonderful, he's dead kind of thing.
You don't want he's happier now than he ever has been, that he's in the arms of Jesus. You want friends, family. I don't know how we're going to get along when we leave this room.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well,
I want a funeral. Mourn me.
I'm older than you, but I think I'll outlive you, so I will take that burden. I will take that burden and share it with friends and family. Rob wants us to be, just like in life, Rob wants us to be sad.
Yeah, exactly. My family's clear on these wishes of mine.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And when your family is clear on your wishes and desires, how often does that translate into the actual behavior you're seeking?
Rarely.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to do that? We're going to do the opposite.
Yeah. I mean, you want
to go to that restaurant? No, we're going to go here.
This is the great lesson of adulthood. There's a myth you live in for a while where you think, if I were more clear about what I want or what I'm doing, if I could, communication is the key.
That's right.
If I were more, then if I had a plan, if people knew the plan, any version of that whole thing, the myth when you are a hopeful younger person is then it's going to work out. People, and as you get older, you're just like, oh no, that just makes it clearer to everyone what they need not do, which is whatever you want. We have a saying that's hanging on a little card that's it was purchased. It's designed, small little card on our mirror. Do you put things on your mirrors, or do people you live with put things in your mirrors, your refrigerators?
No, but we have lots of
those things around.
Yes.
This one is something like, you are what your energy is, or something. What will you manifest today? So it's one of these manifest memes that somehow what you're going to put out in the world is what's going to come back to you, and that's going to create the reality of your world. You know, this sits at the rock bottom base layer of this whole, like, make it clear what you want, and then the world and the universe and the cosmos, the gods, the God, however you do it. Yeah. Everybody's got a version of this thing.
Yeah. The universe, the cosmos, God, the gods, they can all be trusted.
There it is.
My family?
Yeah.
Not so much.
The people you had the most influence in their lives? Not a chance. Hey, it's snowing. We're in a snowy cycle here, which is pretty early for Minnesota. It used to snow like this a lot. And in the last number of years, it's been more often than not that we've had no snow up until this time. But now we're into it. And do you remember, Rob, when you lived in God's country of the Midwest, that you get these spritzy little snows, like 1/4 of an inch, maybe not even 1/2 an inch, and it would kind of happen once or twice in a day, and then 5 or 6 days in a row of this, and you're constantly out having decide, is this enough for me to shovel? Is this enough for me to put the snowblower out? Is this enough to move? Or should we just walk on it and crunch it down? That decision, we are in the middle of that in the Minneapolis area right now. And
like, this could melt by this afternoon, right?
yeah, maybe, or what are we going to do? And you know what it does? It tells you something about your neighbors and the people along the way. Because you're like, oh, that fella, he's getting out there at a quarter of an inch. Like he's not tolerating this. He's out there with the snow, with not the snow blower, but with the leaf blower. Because you get the fluffy snow. Because they've made these leaf blowers now that are really, far too powerful. Honestly, just
Look,
how
I
these are
have
not putting eyes out, I don't know. But
I have an electric leaf blower, battery powered one.
mm-hmm.
I love it. Love it.
Oh yeah. In fact, after this, I might I had to bring the batteries inside. I might bring the batteries out, plug them in, and attack the driveway with the leaf blower today.
Yeah, that's a good way to go.
But I'm going to call it a snowblower, even though it's literally not a snowblower. How's it down there in Arkansas? Where everybody who lives here thinks they should go to.
We had on Monday a little wintry mix.
Ooh, wintry mix.
Yeah.
Some cocoa.
Mix.
You had a sweater.
Little sleet, a little rain, a little snow.
Oh.
And, just a very little bit, enough to cause about 3 dozen car accidents throughout the region. Because
awesome.
People drive the way they drive.
It's hard to drive and that stuff.
But, we've got a new football coach here in Northwest Arkansas at the University of Arkansas.
With the college kids?
Everybody's upset about that.
Do you call it the youth teams? Do they call it that around there when it's the
Doug,
youth?
I went to an event
we call it the youth vote when those same people are voting, but when they're playing sports, we act like they are, the adults that they are.
Yeah. I went last night to the University of Arkansas and met the college Democrats at the University of Arkansas. I had a wonderful time.
Nice.
I discovered that at the University of Arkansas, they are required to have the 10 Commandments posted in every classroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that new? Is that a new state?
It's
okay.
And it's in King James English too. Thou shalt not.
Oh. Do they get to pick that, do you know, or has that been stipulated in statute that it needs to be the 19 or the 1611 edition of? Yeah. Because if you put the message up, that translation, that might.
Oh yeah.
hey man,
that's
be nice to mom.
Be
nice to mom and dad. Again, we'll just a little Christian nationalism dip here for all the we want the 10 Commandments people up. If you're a Christian nationalist, you might say, let's boil that down just the top 2 that Jesus talks about. Because when it comes to the 10 Commandments, I don't think you want the government putting into law statutes around all 10 Commandments.
Coveting?
Yeah. Not taking the Lord's name in vain. I mean, we're going to... the felon in chief with the sex crimes and the war crimes and the state crimes, obviously he's going to commit a crime daily with his potty mouth. So there's just a whole number of these that none of which you want. Coveting your neighbors. Half of the YouTube videos that I watch are based around coveting somebody else's guitar tone. Yeah. It's the point. The whole point is to want. Anyway,
that's right.
Hey, Rob, you're wearing a Rob for Congress shirt. How goes the campaign? Let's get a quick tap, and then we'll talk about another campaign in Tennessee.
I have thought about adding a little segment to this podcast, which is each week I could read a comment that I've received on
nice.
Like to my campaign website, and
okay.
I don't
Do you have one?
Yeah,
are you just making promises of the future?
No, we can do this. It's
Okay, do you want to take a minute and find it?
It is it's a really crazy thing that out there.
Okay, I'm going to just say that Peggy asked the question in the chat on YouTube. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, Peggy, it's Tuesday. Is there some reason you would think it's not Tuesday? No, Peggy, as we said at the start, we had to skip yesterday and do it on a Wednesday, hump day, because there was I had a funeral to go to, and the time, the funeral was at 11. My wife and I, Shelly, you've met her, you know what I'm talking about. She mistakenly believed it was 10 because she was told that by someone else. So we got to a funeral an hour ahead of time.
Oh, boy.
What do you do when you're at a funeral an hour ahead? It's at a church.
Oh, no.
We went home and did chores for 15 minutes and then drove back.
How far away was it?
To 15 minutes and then 15 minutes and then 15 minutes at home.
You
and then
went all the way home.
Yeah, and then we were nearly late to get back.
Of course.
Just classic.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Here is a message received on the robforcongress.com website. Here we go. You ready?
Yes, please.
Fatty Arbuckle. From Hillbilly Land, talking silly shit about affordability and the future of freedom. Another moon-faced sack of shit we wouldn't let judge a farting contest, let alone be a U.S. congressman.
Wow.
Have a slab of pork ribs with your new fat F friend, Pritzker. You two can discuss getting out of politics. What we deserve is for you to take a hike, fat boy. The woke income redistribution bullshit you are blathering is embarrassing.
I mean, sometimes the comments are just.
Yeah, I got another one a couple days ago, which made me laugh. It simply said, "Lay off the donuts, fat boy." It might be the same person because fat boy was used in both.
Okay, yeah. I'm guessing well, this person's got to be terribly distraught about not having a political party to root for. Right? I mean,
right.
You're just wanting to be a backbencher congressperson.
Well,
the head of the party in the Republican Party.
Listen, I'm not the only Fatty Arbuckle who's talking about affordability.
Fatty Arbuckle. I mean, that is my gosh.
We wouldn't let you judge a farting contest.
Oh, that is wonderful. So, I mean, just if you can at all get a flow going with this person, this is precious. We should have this person on the, because here's what I love about
on the podcast. Just let him body shame me for an hour.
You're going to choose if that's shame or not, my friend.
Look, Vanessa's comment to all of this is, if you lose weight because some stranger on the internet insulted you, instead of your loving wife encouraging you to be more healthy, I'm going to kill you.
Your funeral will be a 4-day party. She's going to say, we're going to do it during Mardi Gras and it's going to be a blowout. Look, what I love about comments, I know people say don't read the comments. Okay, I don't know. Don't read the comments. Here's what I love about them, and I endeavor into them. Someone took time to watch you on the internet or on their television. I mean, I really hope they were watching you live on the news, in their lazy boy or on their couch or sitting on their little exercise ball, and they were like, well, you know what I'm going to do? And they whip open the laptop and they sit down and they start just typing it up, and they're just like, You know, we are, we are.
Oh,
Oh, see,
you
now I
just
screwed up
said
my.
you were just typing it up. You messed up the
Somehow I,
camera view.
somehow I hit, somehow I hit all the camera view messery. I don't even know how to get. I don't know how to get back. So
Where did Doug go?
I don't know. I'm hang on. Let me push some buttons. See, I just was hitting my keyboard, thinking it was always going to be
Just
okay.
just
Um,
randomly.
oh,
That
that
was
is
funny.
funny. So I don't know. I just love it when people do stuff like this. You know, when they Okay, honest to Pete. Now I really don't know what's happened.
Did you? Yeah, there we go. Now we.
Okay, but now there's a countdown and it's going to roll
Eh,
to. Okay.
it's gonna be. It's gonna be gone in 5
It,
seconds.
what it's going to do is it's going to roll to the next image, which is going to be you. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a little back. Anyway, the person gets all fascinated and excited and so mad that and then the person comes with like Fat Boy and Fatty Boomalady and like
Fatty Arbuckle.
Fatty Arbuckle. You had your chance, man, and you went for that.
Fatty Arbuckle.
Oh, that is
so
just
funny. Like, is that like Daddy Warbucks? Like, what is Fatty
honestly,
Arbuckle in
I don't
reference
know.
to?
I just find it
So funny.
lovely and
Oh.
and silly. And also, Rob, I mean, in all seriousness, I'm sorry that someone was attacking you in ways as such. But
Oh,
holy manicotti, that is
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Working on the wow, now we've got Marjorie Taylor Greene in the middle of the
This
screen.
is a
Hey, while
total
you're working on
disaster.
figuring this out, can we talk about the affordability president?
Well, yeah, but I got to push buttons to do that. So will you do a little setup about that, and let me
Yeah.
let me
So
let me fix.
over the last really it goes back to the election, the midterm elections that happened. Uh, well, the midterms, the off year elections that happened when a message of how expensive things are in New York City resonated with voters, leading to Mamdani's election as mayor of New York. In New Jersey, a similar message resonated with voters, leading to Democratic win, governor of New Jersey. Same thing happening in Virginia, um, and leading to a kind of a just wholesale change in the state of Virginia and their government, because people have economic concerns. People
Okay.
are worried about how much stuff costs. And I know in the past, if you listen to this podcast, Doug has kind of made light of that, or kind of de-emphasize the importance of. But the reality is that people tell it is a point of conversation that the cost
Okay.
of living, the cost of healthcare, the cost of housing, all of it is deep concern for people. There's a great deal of economic anxiety. And so coming out of those elections, um, the president of the United States met with a group of Republican senators, and essentially he had two messages. One was, we've got to end the shutdown, because this was in the midst of the shutdown and Republicans are being blamed for it. And the other was, we've got to recapture affordability as the issue. And he used the word affordability. I think he said affordability is the word. Affordability. And he talked about affordability like he invented the word, like he invented the phrase peace through strength.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so it seemed like, okay, this was going to be a recapturing of the campaign message of the price of eggs, the price of gas, the price.
Okay.
Affordability is going to be the message, and we're going to do everything we can. And then in the meantime, since then, the president has tried to convince people that things aren't as expensive as they say they are.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to say that the cost of Thanksgiving dinner was less this year. So all all of this stuff, like,
Yeah.
and then he posted on Truth Social a couple of days ago. I think 5 days ago, he posted on Truth Social, and Doug, you want to show us what he said?
Yeah. But I will say this: Mike Stavlin just put in. Someone give Doug a training on a keyboard that's unplugged. Now there's no sound. So
Oh, I can hear you.
yeah, we can. But I wonder if there's something not going out into the world of the internet. So anyway, if somebody watching would just let us know if
Can you hear
indeed
us?
the sound situation has been solved. So we will we will act like people can hear us.
Okay. Yabbits has sound. Okay.
Yeah, but
It's
says
just
sound.
it's a Mike Stavlin problem.
Well, it may have been just a brief moment, but thank you, Mike. Yeah. Well, look, I have a wireless keyboard too, so that's probably what happened. It's just old
All right,
men,
good.
old
So,
men in
hit us
wireless
with this Truth
technology.
Social post, Doug. Hit
Old
us
men
with
in
this Truth
wireless technology. Sorry, Rob, I can't hear you. No, I can't.
Hit it.
All right, here we go.
Hit us with this Truth Social post. Here's what the president said. Because I have invoked favored nation status for the United States of America, drug prices are falling at levels never seen before, 600, 700% and more. No other president has been able to do this, but I have. This is also the answer to much less expensive and far better healthcare. Republicans, remember, this was done by us and nobody else. This is a revolution in medicine, the biggest and most important event ever.
What?
If this story is properly told, we should win the midterm elections in record numbers. I am the affordability president. Talk loudly and proudly, President DJT.
Thank you. Thank you for your concern with this matter. What? Okay, and when was this? This was the 29th.
11/29, 5 days ago.
Donald Trump says, I am the affordability pastor. Okay, 11/20. Sorry, I'm just confirming in all the places that we are live because it's precious. Shall I roll the video, Rob?
This is yesterday. Go.
Anything comes down, but the word affordability is a Democrat scam. They say it and then they go on to the next subject, and everyone thinks, oh, they had lower prices. No, they had the worst inflation in the history of our country.
The word affordability is a Democrat scam. This guy. The level to which he will continue the same old lounge routine. It's a Democrat scam. Everything against him is a Democrat scam. Is really concerning that he has shifted from that being a political operative stance into he really believes that affordability is a wokey word and he should be free from it.
So, yeah, I think there's two realities happening here. One is, I remember when George W. Bush was elected president.
Oh.
Some would say appointed president. And in the truncated transition period that happened, there was all this conversation about how George W. Bush and Dick Cheney were, quote unquote, talking down the economy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yes,
remember this?
very much. Yeah,
There
yeah,
was
yeah.
this conversation about how they were warning against inflation. They were warning against a variety of things that were happening in the economy at the time. And Democrats who had campaigned on Bill Clinton presiding over, the strongest economy in 50 years or whatever they used to talk about. And there was all this like, oh, George W. Bush and Dick Cheney are talking down the economy. I feel like Donald Trump is like talking up the economy. You know, like he's trying to convince us that the economy is better than it actually is.
Okay.
He's trying to say like, hey, you look at your bank statements, you look at your receipt from the grocery store, you look at your healthcare bill that came from the hospital, you look at your electricity bill. It's lying to you.
It's lying to you.
It's not that bad. It's fine. It's good. In fact, it's better than it's ever been.
In fact, maybe your kids are going to get $5 for this Christmas, but it's going to be okay. Remember, this is the same guy that just months ago was like, hey, $5 is going to be enough for your kids. Or was it $1? I can't remember.
It was
how many dolls he was ripping away from
$5
children.
in the past, but this year they'll get $1.
They'll get $1.
Was this a few months ago? When did that happen?
It was like somewhere between January and now. He's only been in office since like January a couple months ago.
Oh my goodness.
No, that was just now. That was the same. Look, chances are Donald Trump hasn't dental flossed since he said that. It's that recent. I mean, this guy. But look, this same thing that Biden did, it's actually the same thing that Obama did. It's actually the same thing as you bring up that Bush did. Presidents continually want to use the bully pulpit to tell the American people that the economy is not what they are experiencing, or we can't do anything about it. Like all of this. But what Donald Trump's ridiculous stance is, look, if I was coaching the man, I would say this. Joe Biden drove this country into the ground for 4 years like a pile driver. We are bringing it back. It's going to take a minute. But we're so much better now than we were before. That's what you say. You don't say, I'm the affordability guy, everything's fine, because the only way you get to everything is fine is that everything was fine 12 months ago. So you say, it's going to take a while. You know what you know what shouldn't have happened? They shouldn't have broken the beautiful streak we were on. Right? This kind of thing. Like there was a bad interruption. We've got it straightened out again. They drove us into the ditch. We're back out of the ditch. We're back on the road. It's going to take us a while to shake. You know, like this is what you do. This is what you say. You don't sit there and tell people the economy is going great.
Yeah. And at the same time,
He's just a fool.
This affordability thing is so funny because he is at once claiming affordability, claiming affordability as his thing. I am the affordability president. That is like he was the infrastructure president. I am the affordability president. And at the same time then saying affordability is a scam. So he's trying to claim it for himself as a political tool and take it away from his opponents.
Yes.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. And look, inflation was extremely high coming out of COVID, where the U.S. Congress authorized the United States Treasury to pump $1 trillion into the economy straight in to people's bank accounts. Remember that? To save the economy during COVID. When you put a bunch of money into the economy, people have more money to spend. And when you have more money to spend and less goods to buy because there was slowdown in production, costs go up. You know why costs go up? You know why grocery costs go up? Because the grocery industry had public meetings during COVID where they said, it is time to make a generational adjustment to the price of groceries. They have been artificially low. We need to raise them. And they did. That's why costs went up. And they're never coming back down. if prices across an economy come back down, I don't remember. What's the word for that when prices come down across an economy? We call that something. Oh, deflation. That's right. We call it deflation of prices. Do you know what's the only thing worse than inflation? Deflation. So this is a reality that no politician has owned up to. Commentators have, podcasters have, some economists have said the world had to make responses to COVID when we shut the economies of the world down for months and then a couple more times in fits and starts. And the way we solved that was to pump a bunch of money into the economy. It causes inflation. Prices went up, and they're not going to come back down. Now, there's some indicators that are going to bob around. Friggin' gas and electricity, who knows? I mean, that thing is just, it's a daily traded, hourly traded commodity. It's going to ping pong around all over the place. But 1990 in the state of Minnesota was the first time gas went from 99 cents to $1. It's $2.97 up the street. It's just stayed with inflation. It's not an indicator. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
What we all need to recognize is the president, no matter who she is, doesn't control inflation. Do you know who controls inflation? Spending of federal dollars into the economy controls inflation. That's it. At some point, a president's going to come along and literally pass the buck over to Congress and say, economic pressures are going to be real. What a president can do is say, we're going to do everything we can to help the American people. And frankly, it's not very much from an administration. We're SOL when it comes to inflation and any president. So look, and the more we keep going down this road, and every presidential campaign is going to come and say, we're going to lower your prices, like they're not running for president, they're running to be the salesperson at the President's Day mattress sale. We're going to cut your prices and slash them. Rob, you've been in sales. Mm-hmm. I've owned businesses that have to make money. Do you know what's terrible news when you own a business? Someone saying, we're going to cut prices across the board. I mean, there are whole companies who are on this verge from last Friday's Black Friday, where they're supposed to sell enough between that day and the end of the year to take their company out of the red and into the black. That's why it's called Black Friday, of course. So people freaking out that the only way they're moving they're moving product is to reduce the price of things. And now they're just having to sell a bunch of things at a lower price instead of less things at a higher price. It's a terrible business model for people, especially in small businesses. So we have to figure out how to have conversations about affordability in politics that are more honest. And I don't know. I mean, you're running for Congress, and people are going to say to you, yeah, we believe you can do something about the price I pay at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. And when Republicans say that, you say, do you want us to take over the means of production and become a communist socialist? Should we do that? They're going to say no.
I think,
well, then what? Yeah. What?
I think there's a couple of things that absolutely need to be included in this conversation. The U.S. economy is tremendously complicated, and there's not just one factor at play here. I think, Doug, you're absolutely right that the influx of spending, the influx of new money during COVID absolutely impacted prices, impacted inflation, absolutely. Combined with that is the cost of gas, oil, which spiked during COVID, having a significant impact on the supply chain, a part of that. I think more recently, you look at the impact of the tariffs that the president has. It's not so much the tariffs as much as the threat of tariffs, and how that has raised prices on imports.
Yes.
And then you've got you mentioned corporations coming together and saying, hey, we've got to raise grocery prices because they've been artificially low. What we have seen is there have been corporations that have used these various crises as an opportunity to raise prices. And at the same time that prices are up for consumers, profits are also up significantly for many major corporations.
Yeah.
And so you begin to ask the question of, like, is this a question of corporations using a crisis as an opportunity to increase prices? And we get into a whole conversation about corporate greed. So I think there's a number of factors at play. The influence a president can have is, you're absolutely right, minimal in some ways, but also positive in other ways. This president in particular has not done anything to make things easier or better. His tariffs,
Yes, for sure.
And his threats of tariffs have had a negative impact. And this is a president that is not the kind of president who's going to say to heads of corporations, hey, maybe record-setting profits right now isn't the thing we should be after, and use the bully pulpit of the presidency to encourage corporations to do what is in the best interest of the American people and the economy, rather than just themselves. So,
a president could, push for common good capitalism and talk about ethics and what's fair. Yes. And this particular president has chosen to add tariffs, which many companies have chosen to not pass along to consumers yet, because they're in a real pickle. They start passing these along to consumers. Consumers stop shopping at their stores. They shop at other stores where it's not being passed along, and all of a sudden prices are 10% higher at this store rather than that one. So there's a lot of factors going on with car manufacturers, everybody. Corporations and companies are eating the tariffs. So much so that Costco filed a lawsuit last week to get in on what's functionally like a class action, that if the Supreme Court rules that Trump did not have the authority to universally raise tariffs, and tariffs are determined to have been illegally put into place, they filed a lawsuit to be in line to receive refunds from the government for all the money that they've been paying to the government for all the things they import. This is how corporations are managing this, just hoping that the Supreme Court comes to its common sense that Trump didn't have the authority to do this, or Trump pulls back on the tariffs, and ultimately these corporations are going to get tariff rebates because they have been paying the money. What Trump has done was created economic instability, and that is something that creates crisis in the economy.
Yeah.
But look, inflation only measures the difference between last quarter and this quarter. So you could have 15% inflation and then no inflation. And you can have 0% inflation for the rest of time, but prices went up 15%. The price of goods is not the same as inflation. Inflation is only measuring the difference between last quarter or last year and now. That's what it's measuring. So inflation costs, as you raise, is not the same as affordability. And I don't think Trump even understands this, because he says they had the highest inflation, we have lower inflation, so costs went down.
Yeah.
Costs don't go down.
Living, yes. It's the cost of living is like things are so much more expensive. And when that stays, like, so I say on the campaign trail all the time, since 2019, here in my district, mortgage prices have gone up 70%. Rent has gone up 50%. Has anybody's income gone up? Anybody's salary gone up that much in the last 5 years? Like,
well, that one guy got a promotion. He's like,
one guy's like, yeah, I'm doing all right.
I moved from middle management up into the C-suite. So,
when all of these things, from healthcare to housing to energy costs to grocery costs, when all of them rise at the same time, as has happened, and it's like, I think you're right. Like, is this a new level set?
Yes.
Like, is this the new normal? Like, that's the thing. People are like, there's no margin for saving. There's no margin for an emergency. I was talking with somebody yesterday who works in legal defense, and he was telling me that, oftentimes people, someone gets arrested and bail gets set at $300, and he gets calls that, like, they don't have it. They can't afford it. Like, they can't pay the $300. Like, most Americans are living at a point where a $500 emergency is going to have significant impact on that family. And what has happened is that all of these factors together have made it so difficult for American families to keep their head above water. And the president is saying, like, that thing that you're looking at, it's not really a thing.
Right. Well, he's back and forth, right? On Truth Social, he says one thing, and then live in a interaction, he says it's a Democrat hoax because somehow, someone convinced him that, hey, we're not going to win on the affordability thing. You've got to get off that. Like, and look, this guy there is no one around him anymore helping him craft a message. He is bouncing around from one random thought with his phone in his hand at 11:18 at night, and then saying something else 5 days later in the Oval Office. So
what do I know? I'm just talking silly shit about affordability and the future of freedom. I'm Fatty Arbuckle talking silly shit about affordability.
Yeah, and look, there is no economy in the world, all the kinds, and there are a bunch of them. There's Denmark. There's communist economies. There's socialist economies. There's capitalist economies. There's blended economies. They've all seen increases in prices. Nowhere in the world, in all the versions, is there a place where income has kept up with price increases over the last half decade. Nowhere. The solution is not for us to argue about fundamentally rechanging the American economy. Friends, family, lovers, and haters. The American economy sits at the center of the global economy. We're not going to make a shift in the fundamental capitalist pursuit in our lifetimes. The best we will get, and I think this is important to get, is compassionate, effective, inclusive capitalism. That's what we're going to need. There are things that some of us are paying for that should be spread more evenly across the economy, and there are some things that are spread across the economy that certain people should be paying for. Businesses and wealthy people should be paying for things that we spread across the economy, and healthcare and base minimum income are things that we should be spreading across the economy. So serious people will look at the serious situation globally where every other economy, here's the just wild thing. The U.S. is doing better as the largest, most sophisticated economy than most other economies on these issues. This is how it's going to be. It's going to be some version of this. Can we talk about some of the other crimes and so on that the United States president has engaged in?
Besides the crimes of grammar and consistency.
Yes, the driving English teachers from here to Des Moines out of their minds. Let's just briefly reflect on last night's election results in Tennessee, shall we? Great news on the front that in a special election in a Tennessee blended district that involves Nashville and other parts of Tennessee, a basically underfunded Democratic candidate scared the president and the Speaker of the House enough that they had to call emergency meetings to have town halls to get the Republican elected in a district that Donald Trump had won by 22 points, which is a lot anywhere in the country.
And by the way, this was a Democratic candidate who was on record calling the major city in her district saying how much she hates the major city in her district.
may not have always landed every message.
Listen, I'm all for Democratic wins, but we got to call a spade. When
you mean
you've got a candidate,
don't shit talk Nashville.
If you're running to be the representative from Nashville, maybe don't talk about how awful of a city it is. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, Donald Trump came out.
So, and that just not a great candidate got that close.
Yeah, got that. Okay, well. So for people that don't follow this stuff, because all of a sudden we are like sports talk between Sundays.
Hey Doug, do you think Myles Garrett's going to break the NFL sack record this year?
I know nothing about it. What's his name?
Myles Garrett.
I know nothing about Myles Garrett's
sack.
He's got
19 sacks.
I know nothing about his sack. I will not comment on his sack. I don't know about it. I'm unwilling to go further down this road. I made a sack joke.
I know. Hey, Brandon.
That was closer to a. Okay. In a world in which Democrats will call it a win, the Democrat only lost by 8.
It sounds like Brown's
could have lost by 22, only lost by 8. Look, I've sat in locker rooms as a college athlete and been told, "Hey, we're going to take this one as a win because we played this team twice, and last time they beat us even worse. So we're going to get on that bus and take this one as a win because we almost stole one on the road." Never felt like a win to me, and I don't care about winning and losing unless that's the point. And you have games, you play games because that's the point. Practice and human development and all the good things that come from being an athlete and being a part of a team and the things you learn and all that. That's all the stuff that happens in between tip-off and final buzzer. The game, you keep track because you're supposed to win.
Yes, as Herm
Minnesota Vikings.
As Herm Edwards, former coach of the New York Jets, once said famously in a press conference, he said, "You play to win the game."
The game. You're not on the team simply to win games. there's a lot of reasons you're parts of teams, and there's a lot of development that goes on, and they're important, and all the things that, all the good things that come through, whatever. But then you decide, hey, let's all meet Thursday at 7 o'clock in an arena or in a stadium, and let's do a thing for this set amount of time, and we'll keep track. That's a game. Elections can be an indicator. And if I was in Tennessee running for any other seat, or thinking we could maybe flip another seat in a more full election come November, maybe that very same seat, you'd be looking at that and saying, there's something to build on. We didn't win, so I will just say to all my Democrat fellow boosters, we didn't win that seat. But there's something telling us, like that scene from Dumb and Dumber, you're saying we got a chance. You could pull something off maybe next time. That's the lesson that should be learned, that Donald Trump is so weak now politically. He's lost so much of his base that they had to truly have Donald Trump call in on a speakerphone in a town hall meeting to put the presidential weight behind a special election because they were concerned that the polls could be inaccurate, because polling in special elections is just, it's voodoo. She nearly pulled it off. Yeah. And if somebody were smart in that campaign, they would be like, oh, let's get rolling and let's chip away. And here's what Trump will say. Well, I wasn't on the ballot. Donald Trump will never again. Just let this settle in, friends. Be on the ballot as the president of the United States. Might he be on the ballot as a vice presidential candidate with his son atop the ticket, which I have laughed at your suggestions, Rob, for years, that Donald Trump Jr. But in the Republican fever dream world, he's like the number one polling candidate among straw poll people. So Trump might be on the ballot as a vice president, which, my goodness, would I love that idea. But they really could, in 2028, run Trump. They really, really could. And just... but he's not going to... He's not going to be top of the ticket. And if they're facing this kind of struggle before the Democratic apparatus has really kicked in, because, Rob, you're running for Congress as the only Democratic candidate in the 3rd District of Arkansas. This special election probably had less overall structural support than your campaign currently has. Until the last week. And you don't win or lose elections in the last week. Yeah. Unless they come down to 512 votes in Florida with some hanging chads. Then maybe the last week it would be a case. So anyway, big win for somebody.
Moral victory.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, an indicator that Trump is so toxic. And look, presidents, parties don't lose power after their election because the other party gains more voters. They lose, their party loses because the president's party loses its own voters. The push away effect is this is what happened to Obama. This is what happened to Bush. This is what happened to Clinton. This is what happened to Bush. This is what happened to Reagan. This is what happened to Trump. This is what happens. You lose your own people. The erosion inside of MAGA is so severe right now. And there's just no hope of drawing many of these people back in, because there were people who just chose to believe it would be better under Trump than a continuation of Biden. Those people don't believe that anymore. The people who are movable. I'm not movable, Rob. You're not movable. Maybe lots of people watching this. Maybe some of our family and friends aren't movable, but there are enough people who are that this 4 million person swing across national elections is enough to make a difference. And some of these races, there were a bunch of Republicans that are like, I'm not voting for these clowns. And then they'll start naming the reasons. Is it the sex crimes that were committed in the Jeffrey Epstein files? Is it the war crimes that are being committed by Hegseth telling admirals to fire missiles at people floating in the ocean? Is it state crimes of Trump bribing people across the board? I mean, no one should be surprised that the convicted felon is continued to run a criminal family conspiracy out of the White House. Is it watching Eric Trump go to the Middle East and basically tell people, invest in our Bitcoin so you can curry favor with this administration? And we still have no congressional hearings on Hunter Biden's laptop. There's not one, Rob. And I keep searching. When are they going to bring the laptop right into the chamber and open it up? For all we're going to prosecute James Comey, we're going to prosecute Letitia James. I thought Joe Biden took a $10 million bribe from China. Not a hearing on it. Not a hearing. All the criminality that they accuse the Biden administration of, now they have control of every lever of power. Zero. Utterly perplexed, Rob, as to why.
Yeah.
Why have the Republicans become so woke and soft on presidential crime?
Yeah.
Because they've never cared.
And they've known all along that this stuff didn't actually happen. They've made it up.
It's truly amazing. Hey, should we talk about Donald Trump falling asleep? Just real quick.
Listen,
9 or 10 times, and I'm all for a nap.
Yeah, listen,
but don't nap at work.
Is the recent victim of body shaming. I am not here to sleep shame anyone.
What? He's falling asleep on the job. He's not the night patrolman sitting in the Krispy Kreme parking lot. This is falling asleep at work. Rob, can I tell you a time I fell asleep at work? Yeah. Can I tell you?
Tell me about
it. It was in a premarital counseling. The couple was sitting on the couch. I was sitting on the chair. We were talking about something. They were talking to each other about something. At one point, I feel my head snap. I look up, and they're both looking at me.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, did I just doze off? They were talking about a conflict in their relationship.
Oh.
And I dozed off. That is premarital counseling malpractice.
Just so embarrassing. What did you say?
Hey, don't sleep shame me. Don't sleep shame me. No, I fell asleep.
What did you say?
I said, did I doze off? I'm really sorry. And they were like, oh yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I still married him. I can't remember. Honestly, I mean, it was traumatic enough for me that I remember it happening more than I even remember who the couple was. This was 25 years ago. One. I have no idea who they were.
This guy fell asleep in a cabinet meeting. A televised cabinet meeting.
Yeah. This is the guy who, in the middle of saying, Sleepy Joe, Oh, fell asleep.
Yeah.
The guy who critiques, and I know everything he does is projection or confession. Yep. You called a public meeting, asked cameras to be in there on at least 9 occasions, and dozed off.
Yeah.
You are not up, literally not up for the job.
That's right. Asleep at the wheel.
Asleep at the wheel.
Somebody.
People are
is
calling
there
him
not a
Dozy Don.
staffer who just hits him
Dude.
with a 5-hour energy? Like, here, Mr. President, take this before the cabinet meeting.
Oh, you don't think RFK Jr.'s like, hey boss, let's get some ketamine. Let's get you a little ketamine, boss. We can take care of this. You're not going to doze off for days, boss. Yeah. I mean, you literally have the guy running Health and Human Services who's using ketamine on a regular basis. You got Don dozing off, and you've got Pete Hegseth not knowing that when he says to an admiral, kill everyone on the boats, that he gave an illegal order that the admiral followed. And when a bunch of elected officials step up and say, hey, people in military service, you are not compelled to follow an order if the order asks you to do something that is illegal. And people are like, why did they do
not to follow an illegal order?
Yes.
It's not like, hey,
yeah.
this is illegal, but I'm going to do it anyways.
But
No. You're not to follow an illegal order.
Right. And if you do not get to say, he ordered me to do it.
Right.
You are culpable. So this admiral that Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, is throwing under the bus is going to now find himself in a situation called in front of Congress and perhaps be facing something akin to war crime. And what does the administration want to do? To try to bring some sort of charge against a fellow military person.
A United States Senator.
For telling people they don't have to follow legal orders. It's utter and complete madness.
Yeah.
As is, frankly, using military assets to blow up boats and kill people in international waters.
Yeah.
And then for the President of the United States to say, we might also start doing it on land as we're doing it on sea, threatening that they will use military weaponry to fire missiles into boats in Venezuela. But Rob, I have a very deep question beyond the morality and immorality of these war crimes. I thought all of the fentanyl was coming across the U.S.-Mexico border in the backpacks of asylum seekers. Why are they now saying, we have saved 100,000 American lives by blowing up these 24 boats? Is fentanyl coming in through ports of entry on the ocean? Is it coming in trucks and cars across border entry on land? Then why are we cutting off immigrants walking across the border? If you have saved now 100,000 lives that were lost last year to fentanyl, you've saved them by getting rid of these boats. How does that fit with you saying we have to shut down immigration at our borders to stop fentanyl? Or tariffs to stop fentanyl?
Yeah.
If you're going to now claim that you've saved 100,000 lives, which the President of the United States, Dozy Don, did just the other day, saved 100,000 lives by getting rid of these boats. That's all the deaths caused by fentanyl last year. Save those for the next year. All the fentanyl was on the boats? We cannot believe anything these people say. Yeah. It's just the level of utter foolishness that life and death, war crimes, and drug interdiction is put in the hands of these jokers that are going to try to act as if they are solving the crisis of drugs in America. First, by shutting down our borders. Solved it. Then we're going to put in tariffs on Canada and China to solve fentanyl. Oh, I thought that was solved by the immigration. So we're going to solve it now with tariffs. The reason we have tariffs is to solve it. Now we're going to missile boats coming from Venezuela and save 100,000 lives.
I thought the fentanyl was coming from China.
By those boats. They have apparently stopped all the fentanyl at the border through tariffs and now on these boats.
Mm-hmm.
We should see a steep inflation price increase on street fentanyl.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
It's now gone. And their whole justification is this is a war attack on American citizens. We're saving American citizens' lives. If they don't have that, Donald Trump's emergency orders giving the military the right to blow up. Okay, Rob, again, they're not blowing up boats 35 feet from the U.S. border.
Right.
These boats are in the middle of what could be Venezuelan water, could be Trinidad waters, could be international waters. How do they know where they're going? How do they know what's on them? And just take this into account for a moment, friends. If this administration says we can just blow up boats and then missile people floating in the water because we've determined that they want to bring fentanyl into the United States, and we don't know what's in the boats, we can't prove what's in the boats, we believe what's in the boats. Not even in the United States purview. Imagine what they're going to be willing to say if they start to say immigrants are bringing fentanyl across our border.
Yep.
Why can they kill those people with the full force of U.S. military and not do it to anybody else that they just decide they want to claim is a threat to U.S. citizens by bringing fentanyl into the United States? Where one pinhead drop, Donald Trump said, will kill people. Like it's anthrax.
Yep.
Making it a terrorist attack rationale for blowing up boats. Congress is on this. Republicans are on it. Democrats are on it. And look, if Pete Hegseth makes it through, April as the Secretary of War, as soon as a new Congress is sworn in, unlike Hunter Biden's laptop, there's going to be a few congressional hearings about crimes committed by this reckless, stupid Fox commentator Secretary of War.
Yeah. We've got some breaking news, Doug.
Okay.
Donald Trump has issued a pardon. He has pardoned Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar, who he and his wife have been indicted for bribery and money laundering. And the president has given them a full and unconditional pardon. Henry Cuellar is a Democratic congressman in South Texas who is supportive of the president's border policy. He's also a pro-life Democrat, known for his opposition to abortion rights. And the president has pardoned him, claiming that he had been a target of the Biden administration because he'd been a thorn in their side. So here's my take, Doug. They're going to try to get Henry Cuellar to switch parties in an attempt to hold on to the House of Representatives.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Great call for them. Yeah.
Yeah. But once again, Donald Trump saying, "Hey, bribery, money laundering,
Not a
no
problem.
big deal."
Not a problem.
Like, we're not even gonna let they've just been indicted. We're not even gonna let, like,
Yeah. Let the
process play
let the
out,
process
the
go on.
rule
We're
of
going
law.
to
Like,
preempt conviction with a pardon.
yeah,
Laying the
'cause
groundwork to just preemptively pardon people. Hey, you know who else Donald Trump pardoned? Not just the January 6th criminals. JOH. Juan Orlando Hernandez. Now, we all know who Juan Orlando Hernandez was. He's the president of Honduras from 2014 to 2022. He was extradited to the United States of America and was convicted in U.S. federal court on drug trafficking charges in the United States. The president of Honduras was extradited to the United States, convicted in 2024 in federal court for creating, quote, a river of drugs into the United States. Donald Trump pardoned him so he can run for president again in Honduras. He is literally on the side of drug dealers
and money launderers.
And insurrectionists. It is an absurdity that is truly hard to comprehend. Every story we have talked about today should be hair on fire in the media. But everyone knows
It's just another Wednesday.
just another Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that the political rule of thumb is, in this election, don't talk about Donald Trump. Talk about how work needs to be done for the American people. I just hope people add a little bit of public service into their campaigns and say, hey, as an act of public service, I just want to remind you that Donald Trump has pre-pardoned money launderers who are in Congress. He pardoned a congressman who committed fraud. He pardoned January 6th convicted police beaters. He pardoned a convicted drug trafficker, all for his own benefit. I just hope, like, he's mismanaged, he's dozed off, he's done all this stuff, like the whole thing. And to say to good people, aren't you glad you're not going to have to explain this guy in 1,143 days anymore? Unless he's your vice president. Unless he's your vice president. Oh. The Abbott's line, we're living through a mass psychosis. Yeah, we haven't even talked about Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, get Ghislaine out of that. It's just one insanity after the other. Donald Trump's polls are so low, and you say, how low are they? They're so low that the last time they were this low in this situation, start of a second term of a president, first year of the second term of a president, Richard Nixon, who months later had to resign from Congress. Richard Nixon, who previous to his polling plunging, had won his re-election
in a landslide, in an actual landslide, as opposed to Donald Trump's re-election,
and within months,
not a landslide,
was resigning from office.
Yeah,
because of Watergate. It's going to take a cluster of events for this to happen to Trump. And he will never resign.
Right.
Let's be clear. But with approval ratings this low, my fear is that he's going to be impeached again by Democrats in 2027, 2028. And that's going to cause his poll numbers to bounce back up. Because, and I say it's a fear, because his criminality will be shown to have risen to the level of high crimes and misdemeanors. Mm-hmm. Again, for the third time. Because we already know in full public display what he's doing. They're just going to have no choice but to be like, honest to Pete, we've got to impeach this guy again. And the Senate won't convict, and the American people will be like, it's a political... because
Doug,
they have to. They just...
Doug, I got to tell you, when I'm there, I'll co-sponsor the articles of impeachment.
You got to take a page from Tammy and start writing those up now. I would touch my keyboard right now to make keyboard sounds, but I'm afraid I'll break the internet. Right. Oh, it's honestly, it's just, look, friends, we are not the crazy ones. This is madness. Mm-hmm. And you might wonder why we talk about Trump so much around here.
It's because we have Trump derangement syndrome.
It's because, well, I'll speak for me. You can speak for your own self. It's because I actually believe that the presidency plays a unique role inside American democracy. Our situation in the United States, how we've set up our government, is not like a parliamentary system. It's set up as the only system in which we have 3 equal branches of government, and one of those branches has a chief executive. And we have a situation in which it's unclear in our current situation whether the executive branch has more power than the other branches that are equal but not equal in power. The presidency matters in American democracy. This is why I believe we just have to, as public service, to talk about the presidency differently than we do every other part of our American political system. Because we've infused it with this unique, incredible person of power. It really matters. Might it impact how people are going to vote for people not in that branch of government? Yes, but is it also just a good public service that we should care? That the presidency is worth saving in a democracy that is built around a system in which has a uniquely strong executive branch led by an individual who we put this power in.
Yeah. Doug, can we end with a little humor? Could you grab the video I just texted you, and can we watch this together?
I don't know.
We do a little segment of of Doug hasn't seen this video, and now we're gonna
Okay.
watch it together to get his live reaction.
Okay,
Which
here
we
we
need
go.
we need a better name for that segment. Thought we had named it once, but Doug hasn't seen this video, but we're gonna watch it together to get his live reaction.
Video.
Is one of my favorite segments that we do on the show, where I send Doug a video that he hasn't seen, and we watch it together and get his live reaction.
Yeah, and let me
And this video comes
figure out how
from
I
yesterday's
can-
cabinet meeting. I think the president is awake in this video. You can see around the table there's people like Marco Rubio and RFK Jr. And I don't think you can see her in the picture, but Linda McMahon is there.
Wow. Is Linda McMahon still in the administration?
Yeah, she's a Secretary of Education.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this is Kristi Noem talking to the president. She is Department of Homeland Security. So,
yes,
which includes FEMA and much of our like responses to natural disasters. And this video is Kristi Noem giving her report to the president on what has happened since their last cabinet meeting. And in this video, she's going to express gratitude to the president of the United States.
All right. Well, just hang on a minute. When I had to solve the previous problem, I had to shut off a bunch of things, and I have to get one special window back. And I've somehow...
And getting the windows open in Ecamm,
it's a lot.
Some of it, like they hide the ability to.
Well, especially when you start hiding stuff like I did here. All right, so hang on, let me.
Okay, we're getting close here.
We're gonna show.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I can go. I think I can go into preview mode.
Oh, we're building the anticipation now.
It's got to be great. This is totally gonna be worth this.
I hope so.
Me too, my friend. Me too.
And it will probably send us into another half-hour excursion.
Okay, I'm going to put us in the middle of the table. People can't see what's happening right now, but you and I are going to somehow in our small little bubbles going to be in the middle of this table.
Okay.
Which if the camera angle changes, I don't know what to do about it.
This isn't very long. It's about 15 seconds. Here we go.
You were immediately there helping them and telling them they have the resources to get back up on their feet.
Was that it?
Oh, I hit it from the beginning again.
You were immediately there helping them and telling them they have the resources to get back up on their feet.
That might not be what you were hoping.
No. Doug, give us your reaction to this video.
I don't think that's what you were hoping for.
Oh, shoot.
Last time I said that was my honeymoon night.
This was supposed to be
okay. Is there another one?
Saying to Trump, you made it through the hurricane season without a hurricane. You kept the hurricanes away. We appreciate that.
Oh. Well, I didn't edit that video. Oh.
That's very strange.
Alex says Trump does manage to stay awake while people are showering him with praises. Yeah. Okay, can we just talk about how weird it is that the Trump cabinet meetings that they bring cameras in for and act like it's some big deal that he's answering questions is also riddled with people going around saying nice things about him?
This video, and it's I've got the closed captioning on. I can see it here. This video that
maybe you need to send it to
apparently that we messed up with somehow is Kristi Noem telling Trump that we made it through the hurricane season without a hurricane.
Can you try to send it again?
He kept the hurricanes away.
Well, yeah. Okay. Part of the issue with all the Trump people, our argument around here has been that Trump in the second term has decided he will no longer be the dumbest person in the room. So he appoints people who are less good at their jobs than he is at his. So it's surrounded by inarticulate people at a level that is hard to grasp, because they will often sound, they're using words in sentences as if it makes sense, but the words themselves don't make sense. All right, we're going to work hard for this, aren't we? We're going right at it, baby. You sent it again. We're going to give it a try. All right. I'm going to push some magic buttons. You all can't see those magic buttons effects yet. I feel like it became the same ones.
And worked hard doing security, and they have been absolutely fantastic. Sir, you made it through hurricane season without a hurricane.
Yeah.
And so FEMA, you kept the hurricanes away. So we appreciate that. And FEMA is deploying resources and dollars.
Okay, all right. She was joking. Come on. She was being tongue in cheek. You even kept the hurricanes away, but okay. That's my take.
Okay.
Don't you think she was
so glad we did that.
Don't you think she was like saying, "Hey, you made it through without a hurricane, and FEMA's ready, and I guess you even kept the hurricanes away. Great job." Like, don't you think that's what she was doing?
Yeah, I do. I hadn't seen the video before I sent it to you. I had just seen the headline about the video. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so good lesson here for all of us.
Oh,
you'll see a headline.
Oh my
You'll
goodness.
see a whole YouTube video
accurate.
That says, and Kristi Noem did literally say, "You kept the hurricanes away." And she was joking.
Yeah.
When you see footage of Donald Trump saying, "I will defend the Constitution of the United States," he was joking. He was just goofing on Elvis up there. You're just kidding around. That's all. Yes, he technically said it, but come on, wokies, can't you understand a sense of humor? Donald Trump was just kidding when he said, I will defend the Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic. Of course, that's not even his. That's not even the presidential oath, is it? The presidential oath is different, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yes. Anyway, he says something like that. But whatever it was, he was just kidding. Yeah. That's the point. Just a kidding.
Have you noticed, Doug, in the comments that everybody, like, they're not showing up as their names, they're showing up as their handles? Have you seen this? This is a new thing.
Well, but isn't that just the YouTube? Because that's how they're logged in?
Well, they used to show it, like, instead of saying, at Alex O'Brien.
Oh, we just say Alex?
It would say Alex O'Brien.
Huh.
Or instead of at Yabbits, it would just say Yabbits. But then Monica here is coming through, maybe because that's coming through from Facebook.
From Facebook, yeah.
Yeah.
And Barbara Ashley.
Yeah. Little different thing there.
Maybe YouTube has changed, like, don't show your chosen name, show your login.
Your handle.
Because that makes things more safe.
Yeah.
But I do wonder when I see people's little names, like, people put something into it. We will never understand Yabbits, why it's Yabbits. It's Yabbits. He needs to tell us if it's Yabbits, Yabbits. Yabbit. So tell us that, Yabbit. Now I can't pronounce it. What's the 3890 in Alex's name? What's the Mike D-Rad?
I like it.
There's a little intrigue. It's like when you go to one of those conferences and you put on your name tag and you have another sticker on there that's like the animal, your spirit animal. It gives you a little something. A little something interesting. Hey, Rob, you know what I'm going to go do today?
What are you going to do today, Doug?
Workout number 3 of a home workout project that I'm doing. I started December 1st with a friend of mine, John Music. former
of course.
podcast
Yeah.
partner, and last week background chimer inner, and
Yeah.
we're going to do a couple of months and do a whole home workout thing. We got this app. We're using this thing called Better Me, and it's got a great workouts on it where you don't have any equipment. You just do it at home on a mat. Use your own body weight. So I did like, I don't know, like core and butt and legs or glutes, I guess. I don't say butt, glutes and stuff. And then yesterday was arms. After the first workout, which was like less than a half an hour and 4 minutes of that was warm up and cool down.
Mm-hmm.
I could barely walk yesterday. Barely walk. I can barely get out of a seated chair today. My legs and glutes hurt so much, and I'm like, I have done a lot of athletic and active things in my life, and somehow I've grown into such stagnancy that a home workout at the like moderately low level in the app has put me in the place that I'm wincing with pain. Like thinking about getting up right now, I will not be able to stand up out of this chair without going, ugh. I know it hurts, and my stomach, like so I have to go do another one of those workouts today, and I'm just thinking of it like, oh my gosh, how do I get out of this? It's gonna hurt so much.
I think you are body shaming me by pointing out your own workout. Why don't you just go ahead and call me Fatty Arbuckle?
Okay, Mr.
Maybe it was
Arbuckle.
you. Was it you, Doug? Were you the one that left that comment on my website calling me Fatty Arbuckle?
That is wonderful. I am telling you about the physical pain that caused me to do the most minimal level of workout, and you're like, unbelievable, you're attacking me. No, but look, if you want to join, you can go to Better Me, app or whatever. It's red with me in the middle, and start the workouts. You don't have to have anything. You just, the problem with home workouts where you use your body weight is that I'm not strong enough to do the thing properly using my body weight. Like if you go to a machine or something, you can be like, I'm just going to make it lighter. But there's like, I don't know, it's just me. So you have to do the lunges, and there's no way to make it lighter. I guess I can find I don't have a pool. So it's like you just go instantly right into full. I don't know. So I've got to figure something out. So anyway, I've started this workout thing we're going to do for 3 months. And I'm on 90 days. And I'm on day 3, and I'm like, it's going to hurt so very much. I'm going to whimper. I'm going to be whimpering in pain. So,
well, I'm
but maybe,
gonna eat a donut.
Of course you are. Or what was it also? A slab of ribs?
Oh, totally could go for a slab of ribs.
Yeah.
Especially if I can have them with JB Pritzker. Something tells me JB can eat some ribs.
I have no idea. I don't care about other people's rib consuming. I care about my own. Can't do 25 lunges without, over the course of without being. I was with Wesley Puck, our 6-year-old grandson, and we were playing Candyland on the sitting on the floor, and I was moaning around, having to move my glute muscles. It's just terrible. So anyway,
Okay.
I'm going to go. I mean, it's not all I'm going to do today. Let's be clear. I have a series of important work endeavors.
Yeah.
But at some point, 30 minutes are going to be taken up with the round 2 of 2 days ago. I think. I don't know how the app works, but I'm thinking it's going to have me right back into the, Dante's 6th level of hell here that I'm going to be pushing through. So if anybody else wants to join us and be part of the moaning group, because there's a little bit of collective hope when you know somebody else, in this case John, will equally be feeling the discomfort and pain. There's some shared solidarity where the pain is not just sheer, brutal, steel cold loneliness. All right. Yeah, are you done?
Are you gonna do it in jeans and shirtless like RFK Jr.?
God, I should totally do that and take videos. I should take videos of me doing it. I bought a pair of these jeans that you'll sometimes see on the internet called the Perfect Jeans.
Oh, yeah.
TPJs. Have you seen those?
I've seen the ads.
After I bought mine, which I like a lot, but they're stretchy pants, but they're full jeans. Okay, I'm not gonna justify my jeans. One of the problems, though, because they're stretchy, is that they can also they fit a little snug, and they start to kind of work down if your hips can't hold jeans up very well. So I'm pulling them up a lot, even though they're snug. It's funny, but I saw their ad, where they had recruited one of the guys who was a runner in what's called Western States. It's a 100-mile run through the Rocky Mountains, and he ran it in the Perfect Jeans. They're like, these things are so comfortable. This guy ran 100 miles in 18 hours or whatever it was, or 15 hours, 16 hours. Like he's a full on.
Did that resonate with you as an advertising tactic?
Well, I've run those kinds of races in my past life when I could do a lunge without hurting for 2 days. So I found that very interesting, and it was like, wow, that's a great kind of marketing pitch. But he did it. The finishing video, he's shirtless with just the jeans on and the running shoes. So when you say, "Am I going to do it?" I might do it and then send them. I'll have my physique in these jeans, shirtless.
When RFK Jr. works out,
trying to do lunges.
The jeans always look very starchy.
Oh yeah, they look like stiff jeans.
Yeah.
I think I think he doesn't use the Perfect Jeans. He uses TKJ. I think the ketamine jeans. I think that's what he does. Or he just does ketamine. I can't remember. Okay. He does ketamine. We know he does that. He's admitted to that, and so have his lovers. But I think those are his jeans. I think he does ketamine jeans. Apparently Peggy is reminding us that now Donald Trump tells us we can again say Merry Christmas, because they're back to that thing again. That your barista at your local coffee shop wouldn't name the holidays the way you want, so by God, the Democrats need to go. That argument. Can't say Merry Christmas. Okay, you done now? No, Alex says she's glad she got to meet with us. Yes, we did a pop in at Alex's place. So, by the way, if anybody else watches this and wants us to pop in, glad to. Please let us know. But lock your cupboards if Rob's coming over, apparently, because he will
go all Fatty Arbuckle on you.
Ravage. Did you comment back? Does your website allow you to comment back or respond to a comment?
It's sent in a message that gets emailed to me.
Oh. Well, if you commented there, could you... If I went and commented there, could I? Do you think?
No, it's not like running comments. This is on the form that.
So other people don't see it.
No.
So that comment that you chose to read at the beginning is only known by anyone else
that I have shared it with,
because we've talked about it. That's wonderful. Do you think he knew that? Do you think the guy thought he was talking to the world when he got on there?
I think it's pretty clear that it's a mess. It's not a message board. It's not a forum. It's not a contact us form. People know how websites work, right?
Oh.
We've rambled on for almost 2 hours now, Doug.
Well, okay.
And we did not talk about the president of the United States using the R word to refer to your governor.
Recession?
No, not recession.
He did?
You don't know this?
No. No. I have a conflicted relationship with him right now. Not with Donald Trump, but
with your governor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about his emotional well-being. And he wants to run for re-election, and like, hey man, a little too soon, buddy.
He wants to run for re-election as governor?
Yeah. Just apologizing, step away, and go do something else. Don't try to make it right. Just share your sorrow. Step away and go do something else. You watched a guy stay around too long and run for re-election and mess it all up. When Jesus says go and do likewise, he didn't mean that.
Yeah, Doug, you did not see this. I'm about to read you the President of the United States Thanksgiving Day message.
Okay, hang on.
I can't believe we're
Alex,
still going.
Alex, look at Alex's comment on the screen. Alex.
Here we go. This is the President of the United States.
Go ahead, Figgy.
Here we go.
No. Now I have to put this one up again, this video? Or are you going to read it?
I'm going to read it. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people, census, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. They and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. They put up with what has happened to our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A migrant earning $30,000 with a green card will get roughly $50,000 in yearly benefits for their family. The real migrant population is much higher. This refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, something that did not exist after World War II, failed schools, high crime, urban decay, overcrowded hospitals, housing shortages, and large deficits, etc. As an example, hundreds of thousands of refugees from, this is the president's Thanksgiving Day message, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are completely taking over the once great state of Minnesota. Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for prey as our wonderful people stay locked in their apartments and houses, hoping against hope that they will be left alone. The seriously R word governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing, either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressman/woman in our country, Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, and who probably came into the country, into the USA illegally, in that you are not allowed to marry your brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how badly she is treated when her place of origin is a decadent, backward, and crime-ridden nation, which is something not even a country for lack of government, military, something schools, etc. The President of the United States Thanksgiving Day message accusing a congresswoman of marrying her brother and calling the governor of a state the R word.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. Your country of origin is all that matters. Not that you left your country of origin because it was struggling and you wanted a better. Where you're from. This, friends, is what's called blood and soil thinking. What's your bloodline? What soil were you born on? That's what the American Revolution resisted, spoke against, was the alternative to. The fundamental American call is to reject blood and soil. Trumpism and MAGAism is built around it. What's your bloodline? Where are you from? Not where are you, not who are you, not the collective of people who make America their home. That's not the story for these people. It's the most un-American political movement of our lifetimes. Perhaps in American history. Jones Carey says, Doug P., go and do likewise, ... JC did not mean that. Big Piggy King Donnie for the win, USA, USA, MAGA, freedom, MAGA. That's a comment from Art. I feel like sometimes, you know, this is like the writers are like, look, I wrote a great script. I just need them to deliver it. I think maybe what I've got wrong here in the Jones Siri comment from Facebook, Doug P. : go and do likewise. JC did not mean that. Big Piggy, King Donnie T for the win. USA. I mean, thank you.
Yeah, King Donnie for the win. USA, USA, MAGA, freedom, USA.
It's all in the delivery. Jones, thank you. We appreciate you sticking around anytime, any of your comments, but I feel like we kind of missed that. We kind of missed someone. Maybe you could do a video performance of it, and then we could play it. Glad to.
Or visit robforcongress.com and just, send it over to me in a message.
I'm in Canada. You Yanks are spoiling for a civil war again. Any timeline, kids? I don't think we're going to have a civil war. I think we're going to have an election, and Donald Trump will not be in office anymore, and we will all look back and say those were the worst times in the American presidency.
Wow. The documentaries are going to be amazing.
Yeah. Wait till Ken Burns turns his cameras on this. All right.
Way,
well, you said we've almost.
Yet?
No, I haven't. I'm waiting for the time. But now it's starting to get to the point where so many people are bragging about that documentary, Death by Lightning, or that miniseries. That miniseries.
It's really great.
Death by Lightning. That I'm starting to think maybe it's hyped too much. Maybe I won't watch it because it's just overhyped.
You need to get in on it before you feel that way, because it's really, really good.
That's right. Because sometimes you're just like
I heard it here first.
Like,
I know.
what?
I'm that way. I've never read a Harry Potter book. I've never read a Left Behind book. I never read The Prayer of Jabez.
Hang on, you're walking around with that look and those glasses, and you've never read a Harry Potter book? I was pretty sure you were.
No.
Okay. All right. Hey. A little too close to home. A little too on the money. I mean, you throw on those Harry Potter glasses, you're like Harry Potter, the later years.
His glasses are round, aren't they?
Yeah, but yes, I was saying you throw on full Harry Potters. Yeah. No, you are not wearing fully round glasses. You are wearing a.
Okay, I have other things I need to get done today.
I do too. I'm just. Can you tell I'm just putting off the
you're putting off the workout,
the glute workout. All right, we're at an hour 49 minutes. This is starting to approach, full podcast length. Okay, Jones, we missed you, buddy. Okay, Jones says, yes, sarcasm is my mother tongue. Well, you found the right place, my friend. English as a second language. Thanks for reading my, I think, caustic comments. Okay, so now I don't know if you're goofing with us, but anyway.
Hey, Jones, so happy to have you around.
Yeah, Trump for the win. You know, anytime our president can pardon a drug dealer while he bombs, missile attacks boats of drug dealers, you just got to say, go America. America for the win. Hey, vote common good, everybody. I'll see you. I got to go to a meeting right now. Starts in 1 minute. No time to screw around, Rob. Bye.